Hello guys, it's me, the Nothing YT, coming to you with a bit different of the content. Instead of another Secret Lab video, today I will be ranking every CSGO knife in the game, based on I guess how cool they are, and if I would use them or not. But first, hey you stupid fucking terrorist!
Who? Me?
Yes you! What if I told you you could get free CSGO skins just by playing games on your phone?
That sounds pretty cool, but how?
All you need to do is go to your phone's app store and download the app GC Skins.
It can't be that easy, right?
Yes, it is. All you need to do is download the app, and then you can start earning points by downloading games, playing games, or answering surveys.
But the app surely has you deposit money before you can withdraw a skin, right?
Nope, it is fully free. All you need to do is rack up them points and then you can redeem skins.
Wow, that's so easy. I'm going to download the app now. By the way, do you happen to have a referral code or something?
What a coincidence. I do. You can either enter this big mess of text or just copy and paste the referral code in the description.
Wow, I will go and do that now.
Thank you, random voice. And thank you, funny stretch JPEG terrorist man. All jokes aside, it will actually help out a lot if you enter the code, and I'll greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching this. So first we're starting out with the bayonet. Now the cool thing about the bayonet is the fucking deploy animation is so smooth. And also it has a nice long blade, so you get plenty of design for it. It's a great knife, it's an A tier. Up next we have a Bowie. Y'all be hating too much on the fucking Bowie. Sure, it's one-handed, but if you just don't buy expensive gloves, it's a perfectly great knife. I don't know, I really like the Bowie, but I guess B tier, top of B. Butterfly, yeah. It's overrated, but whatever. Alright, classic knife. Yeah, I like the length of the blade, you get plenty of design on it. And also, it is the only knife with an idle animation, which is quite cool. I would put the classic knife below the Bowie though, because the Bowie just looks so much cooler. Falcon knife, or Falchion knife. It's a pretty cool knife. It's a good budget knife. You could get plenty of good like patterns for quite cheap on it, especially compared to like its more expensive counterpart, the flip knife, or its cheaper counterpart, the Navaja. It's overhated. I'll put it bottom of B tier, actually top of C tier. Yeah. The flip knife it's just a better falcon knife, or falchion, whatever it's called. I'd put it above the classic knife personally. However, it pisses me off that the blade is longer than the handle. Gut knife. You guys be hating on the gut knife too much, man. I think it's actually alright. Like, sure, fucking, it looks bad in like a lot of fucking designs, but like Autotronic looks so good on the gut knife. I don't know, I'll put it above the falcon knife. Huntsman knife. Now this might be a controversial take to some people, but I really like the fucking Huntsman knife. Sure, it has like the same animations as the gut knife, but it's so much cooler. The only thing that really bothers me about it is the thumb doesn't touch it if you inspect it, which just pisses me off. But still, it's A. Now we are on to just it's the best knife in CSGO. It's so good. The animations are great. Like designs look good on it. I feel like you could rearrange all of S tier, which by the way M9 is in there, above the butterfly knife. You could rearrange this in any order and it would still be perfectly good. Because they all have their advantages and disadvantages. Like the butterfly has really cool animations, but is so expensive and doesn't have that big of a blade. The M9 is the cheapest, which is a really good advantage, and it has a nice long blade, but it doesn't have as cool of animations, and also has the finger clipping that pisses me off. And the Karambit, however you want to pronounce it, it has really cool animations, but I don't know, the blade, I feel like it could be a bit beefier. But still, these are all S tier, and I could rearrange it like this, or like that, or like anything, and it would be a perfectly good S tier. They're so good. Speaking of so good, the Navaja knife, just kidding, it fucking sucks. It's the worst knife in CSGO. Nomad. Nomad is an overpriced knife, I'm gonna be honest. However, it has really cool animations, like the throwing it up into the other hand and the like cutting hand rare animation is funny. But I don't know if it's better than the knives over here, but I don't know if it's as cool as these knives. Bottom of B. The paracord knife, I'm gonna be honest, this might be a hot take, but I am not the biggest fan of the paracord knife. I think the handle is kind of ugly, to be honest. The blade is nice and long. It's just the handle that bothers me. And so yeah, top of C. Okay, up next we got the shadow daggers. Y'all be hating too much on the shadow daggers, man. If it wasn't for the screen shake, I think they'd be so much better. I would personally actually use it before I would use a falcon knife. It has cool animations, the two-handed thing is cool. The only thing that brings it down is the weird moving glitch, which apparently will be fixed in CS2, so that's good. So yeah, you be hating too much on the shadow daggers. Okay, up next we have the skeleton knife, which it's cool, but I think it's overrated. I see people playing it like top of A to S tier all the time. I don't know, I think the handle was just what throws me off. This thing just looks kind of cheap. However, I will admit it is still an A tier knife. Still very good. The stiletto, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like the stiletto. The animations are cool and all, but the blade just looks like a toothpick. This looks like a very fancy toothpick. So yeah, the blade's too narrow and flat. It's like a fucking piece of paper. So yeah, there you go. The survival knife. It's like a weird gut knife huntsman paracord combo. I don't know, it's a very strange looking knife. However, that rare deploy animation is enough for me to take it from like where it would probably be, which is like bottom of B, to like here. I would put it above the stiletto. Also, it's a nice cheap knife. Get a fairly good amount of blade for the money. The Talon knife is just a broke man's karambit. However, the handle may not go with quite a few gloves, and also the rattling sound just bothers me for some reason. It's still a good knife, but I would put it top of B tier. If they got rid of that rattly sound and, I don't know, made the handle like black on most designs, it would be a bit higher. And last but not least, we have the Ursus, the box cutter. It's a fairly average knife. I mean, it has really cool rare inspect animation, and a lot of patterns look good on it, but the handle maybe brings it down a bit. I don't know, the handle's kind of ugly, but it's still a good knife. I would put it around here. I won't say if it's as cool as any of these, but it's not as bad as any of these. So yeah, that is my final list. And you know what, for a little extra bit, I will also rank glove types. Alright, so since I wasn't able to find a specific glove type tier list, I whipped this out in MS Paint. Okay, so let's get on to it. First glove type is the hand wraps. Now there are some very good looking hand wraps. However, there are also some very bad hand wraps. I think that they're kinda mid. So yeah, hand wraps will go B tier with. Okay, up next we have Moto gloves. Okay, this might be a controversial take, but best gloves in the game. I fucking love Moto gloves. They look so good. I like the hard knuckle part. And also they're fairly affordable, especially compared to like sports gloves. Yeah, fucking Moto gloves are so good. I love Moto gloves. So yeah, S tier, best glove type in the game. Up next we have the specialist gloves, which are another very, very good type of glove. They're also getting S. They're great. If I don't want like Moto gloves, or like if Moto gloves didn't exist, they would be the best gloves in the game, in my opinion. But Moto gloves exist, so therefore they are second best. Next glove type is sports gloves. Okay, most people would say it's the best glove type in the game, but I'm gonna throw a curveball and go get it. Curveball, haha. Sports glove, haha. Sports, haha. A tier. Okay, let me explain. Sports gloves are very expensive when compared to like any of these other types of gloves, or most of them. And if you ask me, some sports gloves look like ass. There are some really good ones, don't get me wrong, but I would much rather have Moto gloves or specialist gloves over sports gloves. So yeah, A tier, top of A tier, borderline S, but still not as good as these. Next we have Bloodhound gloves. Yeah, no. Next we have Hydra gloves. Case harden's pretty cool. Other than that, borderline D. Next we have Broken Fang gloves. It's better than these two. It's getting a C still though. Like, I don't know, these kind of suck. All of these kind of suck, especially when compared to these gloves. So yeah, C tier. Up next is driver gloves. Okay, there are some great driver's gloves, but there are also some terrible driver's gloves. Like a set of black ties is really good, but I wouldn't put it above these. I would put it B, but then I would have to move to hand wraps, which I don't know, I don't feel like doing, so I'll put it borderline A. Because there are some great driver's gloves, don't get me wrong, but there are also some terrible driver's gloves. Then our last glove type is default gloves. I decided to include these. Boom. Fucking default CT gloves look awful with a lot of skins, and default T gloves are just boring. They're the worst types of gloves. I'd take any of these gloves over it. Well, except for some of the fingerless gloves. But anyways, that was my list on knives and gloves. If you enjoyed, like, and enter my code on GC Skins, please. Alright, bye!